table. The subject in Latin is called the nominative, though I do hope you know that, and the object is called the accusative, and again, I hope that you know that, but I put them here just for the avoidance of doubt. You will know, and I hope you've known for some time, that Latin nouns behave rather like Latin verbs. By this, I mean that they comprise a root, which does not change, or which doesn't change very often, and a set of endings that are added to this root. Here on the table, I've given the roots in white, and I've given the endings. We call them the case endings. I've given those in red. As I've said, there are 3 main declensions. There are 2 others, but we will ignore those for the moment. There is the first, which is mostly feminine. There is the second, which is largely masculine. And although there is a neuter gender in Latin, that is not important for this video, so I won't take it into account. Indeed, I'm not dealing explicitly with masculine and feminine at all. I'm simply dealing with these 3 declensions. Yes, forget discussion of gender. We are looking at 3 groups or 3 declensions of noun. Coming back to our main thread, you have the first declension, where the nominative singular ends in A and the accusative in AM, and the plural endings are AE and AS. You have ancilla, ancillam, ancilli, ancillas. You have the second declension, and these US endings are not universal to that declension, but again, this is something that we'll overlook for the moment, since we're dealing here with the dative case, not with the case system as a whole. So for present purposes, just take it that the nominative, or the subject of a second declension noun, ends US in the singular, and that the accusative case ends with UM, and then in the plural it ends with I and with OS. So you have servus, servum, servi, servos. For the third declension, I'll use mercator, or merchant. Here we have mercator, mercatorem, mercatores, mercatores. If you haven't so far learned these 6 endings, I do advise you to learn them at once, and to learn them so thoroughly that they're burned into your memory. There are other endings that need to be learned, and I'm about to reveal one of these to you. You must learn these as well, and you must learn all the others that I've not revealed and will not reveal in this video, regardless of whether I mention them. All these case endings must be learned. You really cannot tell yourself, I won't learn these. Instead, I'll just let them soak in. Oh, that may work, but it probably won't. Not for a while at least. And it will save a lot of time and trouble if at the beginning of your course of learning you sit down and learn at least these 6 basic endings. Though this is a video about the dative case, not the cases in general, I think it's worth at least mentioning the third declension nominative singulars. Unlike the other 2 declensions, these have a variety of endings. Here are some examples. Mercator, in the accusative mercatorem, grumio becomes grumionem, senex, senem, civis, civem. I mention this variety of endings because once you've learned a reasonable number of words from each declension, you can use your knowledge of the relevant case endings to understand and even to make up simple statements in Latin. Have a look at these, and I've taken or adapted these examples and other examples in this video from Book 1 of the Cambridge Latin course. Yes, have a look at these. Amicus Caecilium visitat. A friend is visiting Caecilius. Ancilla grumionem delectat. The slave girl pleases Grumio. Mercator pecuniam capit. The merchant takes the money. Yes, you need to learn the nominative and accusative singular and plural for each of these three declensions. But having done this, you can read and you can make up simple statements in Latin. Do not, however, tell yourself, "Oh, this isn't such a difficult language as I thought it might be." The problem is that this is not the whole of the Latin case system. There are 4 other cases, and here is one of them.